Alright, quick update on the USDT dominance. So in the past day, the USDT dominance has jumped up about 2%. Now, while some of this jump in the USDT dominance can be associated with the SEC coming after Binance's BUSD stablecoin, which I have just made a recent YouTube video about, which will be posted before this, the macro trend is still very much to the upside before this news did come out. So I wanted to give you a quick update on what is happening with the Tether dominance at this moment in time. Now, if you wonder, if you're new to the channel, warm welcome. If you're wondering why we're looking at the USDT Tether dominance, basically looking at, Tether's position in the entire market cap. Currently it's sitting at 7.2%, meaning that in the entire cryptocurrency market cap, 7.2% of that market is taken up by Tether. Now, why is this important? Well, for the simple reason that when a lot of people start moving into stablecoins like USDT Tether, so for example, you can see over here, big spike up in the people who want to hold stablecoins. Why do people start wanting to hold stablecoins? Well, it's very simple. You have risk on scenarios and you have risk off scenarios in the market. When the markets are very risk off, meaning that the markets are overextended, maybe there's fear, uncertainty, and doubt news events coming into the market, maybe people are scared to jump into cryptocurrency. What happens is people sell their crypto down at these levels and they start piling into stable coins to, sit on the sidelines for the market. So you can basically see, for example, these previous green boxes that I've highlighted. On the top, we've got the USDT dominance, and on the bottom in this line graph in orange, we have the BTCusd dollar index, basically Bitcoin's price action. So you can see Tether dominance goes to the upside, Bitcoin price goes to the downside. Tether dominance goes to the upside, Bitcoin price absolutely melts to the downside. In fact, you can see Bitcoin's top in 2021 perfectly correlated with the bottom for the USDT dominance, meaning a lot of people right here, and of course right here in correlation to the Bitcoin chart, a lot of people up here at Bitcoin were like, Bitcoin's at 69,000 now, I want to sell and I want to start holding more stable coins because I'm scared the market's going to crash. Maybe I just want to sit on the sidelines. Maybe I've made a lot of money from these cryptos already, so I'm going to start selling Bitcoin, start selling altcoins. You can look at this in accordance with something like a total 2. So you can look at how this will affect the altcoin market, and it's pretty much the same. So for example, once again, you see a spike in USDT dominance, people start selling Bitcoin and they start selling altcoins, and you see the altcoin market cap start coming to the downside. So I'm going to get rid of this. The total altcoin market cap and the Bitcoin market cap pretty much look the same, but all I really did want to highlight you on once again is that this is starting to creep to the upside. And we previously talked about this in a recent video, but we said, we're coming up to a macro trend line which has been in place since the 24th of December 2018. You can basically see this is the heart line of this ascending channel. We've had touch points here, we've had touch points here, we got rejected from this here, we got pushed underneath this a few times here. This was support, this was support, this was broken down, flipped as resistance, this was held as support, flipped as resistance, resistance in terms of all of these candle body closes. You can see what happened over here when the USDT dominance bounced from this trend line on the 8th of August. This marked this local top over here for Bitcoin, and when the Tether dominance started bouncing back up to the upside and it came up and made this high, you can see what happened over here. Bitcoin broke down and it went down to new lows around about 15 to 16,000 or so. I believe it was 15,700 approximately. Not that it matters, we're really looking at the macro trend over here, but once again, you can see, about a couple of months ago, starting from the start of the year, the 2nd of January, people started exiting the stablecoin market. People started selling off their Tether bags and moving back into altcoins and moving back into Bitcoin. And this is where we saw the rally from the local bottom so far around about 15 to 16,000, and you saw Bitcoin come all the way up to 24,000. But since this has started to happen, you are seeing a reversal in the markets right now. You are seeing the USDT dominance bouncing, holding candle body close support, candle body close support, candle body close support, and now we are melting back up to the upside. So once again, in the past 24 hours, this is up about 2%. And like I said, the SEC has recently come out and they're suing Paxos for the issuance of the Binance BUSD stablecoin. So a lot of people might be worried about Binance right now. A lot of people may be worried about, BUSD holding its 1-to-1 ratio with the US dollar. So you can, talk about this, 2%, 1.84% pump on the daily time frame. A lot of people are probably moving from BUSD to Binance Binance, but once again, it's been a while since we've looked at this chart, and the higher time frames are not having anything to do with the SEC coming after BUSD. The higher time frames are telling us that we're once again moving into a slightly more risk off phase, where just like we've seen these green boxes before and how this has affected the price action. When people start wanting to hold more stable coins, they have less demand for Bitcoin, they have less demand for altcoins, and subsequently, once again, if we're looking at the total Bitcoin, or if we're looking at the Bitcoin market cap, or if we're looking at the altcoin market cap, we should be expecting both of these to start coming down if the dominance does continue to bounce back up to the upside. Now, to wrap up this video, I wanted to show you one oscillator that matches the USDT dominance chart very, very well. I'm just going to get rid of the Bitcoin chart just for 1 second so I can show you how this really works. Now, with the stochastic RSI, this captures the swing lows and the swing highs pretty well. So I'm just going to start from roundabout here. You can see, more or less like a double bottom for the Tether dominance before we started melting to the upside. And what you can see with the stochastic RSI is we created a W pattern before blasting back up, and you can see once we had this crossover here, we had a crossover here and this marked like pretty much the bottom. We came back tested it and moved up higher, but you can see this bottom in the stock called for this big move back up to the upside. Then you can see we topped out here. We had a little bit of a move to the downside before crossing back bullish again, and then you can see as we finally cross bearish in these two areas for the stochastic RSI, this called for this move back down to the downside. While this was a small move, and while it was telling you to get out for this move, you can also see that the stochastic moves very, very quickly, and this bottom, even though it was a short move back down to the downside, was beautifully also captured by the stochastic RSI, telling you to get back into stable coins as we flipped back up. You can see over here, top in the stochastic, beautifully correlated to this top, bottom in the stochastic here, beautifully correlated to the bottom in the USDT dominance over here, and once again, top over here, breakdown, told you to get back in on this cross, we had a move back up. You had a top over here on the stochastic, you started to move back down. You had another bearish cross right here. This beautifully captured this move back down to the downside. The stochastic RSI is once again, for the first time since August, the 8th of August 2022, it is firing a bullish signal from underneath the oversold region. So, once again, we've had a few bullish flips in the past couple of months or so. Really, since the 8th of August, we've had a few of them, but we have not come back down to this completely oversold level and had a flip in a very long time. And once again, stochastic RSI is telling you to get back into stable coins because we should be expecting a move back up to the upside. Maybe if we extrapolate this trend line, maybe we should expect something like a move up to about 10% for the USDT dominance. So there we go. I'll keep you updated, but once again, if we continue moving to the upside, it looks like we're going to have another one of these green boxes to plot over on the chart. I'm actually just going to put this on here in the immediate short term because I do think we are going to be entering a new phase where the Tether dominance is once again going back up to the upside. And as you can see how this correlates to Bitcoin in the past, Tether dominance going up is normally always a sign that Bitcoin is going to start heading back down to the downside. That's all I've got for you for this video, my friends. As always, if you're new to the channel, warm welcome. If you do enjoy the content, let me know down below by leaving a like and a comment. Share the videos with your friends. And if you do want more of my posts, charts, memes, economic data, all of that good stuff outside of YouTube, be sure to follow me over on Twitter at 618_cowboy. Also, if you want to come join the Discord community, be sure to head over to my YouTube, click on the About page, and you can see all of my official links for my Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and the merch store are all down below. But for today, that's all I've got. It's been your boy Cowboy Trades. I'm out. Peace.